Hi everyone, happy Saturday and welcome back to STEM Storytime. I'm Miss Marlena and today we're going to read a story about a little cloud who can't find out what she's meant to do. And her name is Cloudette, written by Tom Lichtenheld. Cloudette was a cloud, a very small cloud. Usually Cloudette didn't mind being smaller than an average cloud. Everyone called her cute little names like Pipsqueak, Shortcake, and Small Fry. She had lots of little friends. And no matter how crowded it was, she could always find a good spot to watch fireworks. She could sneak through tight spaces, hide in small places, and she even had a special little spot that made her feel cozy at nighttime. But once in a while, all the other clouds would run off to do something big and important. Come on, Cloudette, join our cold front. We're gonna make a huge storm. Yeah, we're gonna water some crops and make some mighty rivers flow. And she would say, no thanks, I'll just watch from here. Cloudette could see them in the distance doing all sorts of important cloud things. And this made her want to do big and important things too. She wanted to make a garden grow. She wanted to make a brook babble. She wanted to make a waterfall fall. And she thought nothing would be more fun than giving some kids a day off from school with some snow. One night, Cloudette lay awake wondering, what could I do that was big and important? She thought maybe she could work for the fire department, or maybe they needed help at the garden shop. But nobody seemed to need her. Cloudette started to feel blue. The next day, there was a big storm in Claudette's neighborhood. The sky got dark, the rain came down like cats and dogs, and the wind blew harder than she'd ever seen wind blow before. When the storm finally stopped, Cloudette realized she'd been blown from her neighborhood. She didn't know anybody here, and nobody wanted to know her. But pretty soon, she made some new friends, and seeing things she'd never seen before. Then she heard something she'd never heard before. Ribbit. She looked down at what was supposed to be a pond, but it was just a puddle of mud. What happened to your pond, Froggy? It dried up and now it's more like a puddle than a pond. This gave Cloudette an idea, or a brainstorm. She held her breath and started to puff up all over. Then she turned into a nice blue-gray color. She kept growing and growing until it looked like she was going to burst, and she shook her behind until it made a little rumbling sound. Then she did what she wanted to do for ages. She let it pour. Cloudette rained on that little pond until it grew into a big puddle. And she kept on raining until that big puddle grew into the perfect pond. And as soon as she stopped, frogs of every stripe and spot came jumping in. And they all let out a thank you in unison. Ribbit. Ribbit means thank you in frog. Cloudette was exhausted, but she was happy. Even the higher up clouds were impressed, which got her to think, I bet there are other big and important things a little cloud can do. And off she went. The end. That's the story of Cloudette. Okay, now that we finished our book, Cloudette, we're going to make our own mini Cloudettes using puffy paint. It's really easy to make and it's super fun. So we just need some glue, some shaving cream. I have a blue piece of paper like the sky, but you can use any color paper you'd like. A cup or a bowl to mix, and you can use any type of paintbrush you'd like, or you could use your hands for a little bit of finger painting. Okay, so the first thing we have to do when we make puffy paint is we take about 1 cup of white glue and we pour it into a cup or a bowl. Then you take 2 to 3 cups of shaving cream and add it to your glue before you mix. The more shaving cream you add, the puffier your paint will be. So I just finished mixing my plate of puffy paint and now it's time to make our clouds. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to start with one of these sponge brushes. I'm just going to dip in. I'm going to make some puffy clouds. You can also use paintbrushes like these. And add little bits of puffy paint to your paper at a time. Or if you want to get a little messy, you can always add puffy paint to your paper and shape it with your hands. And everything is non-toxic. Just make sure you wash your hands before you touch your face or anything else. If you want to make your clouds different colors, all you have to do is add food coloring into your puffy paint. So that was our activity for Cloudette for this STEM story time. This is what our finished product looks like. I hope you painted along with me today, and if you did, send us pictures or videos of you and your artwork, and we can't wait to see what you made. Next week we'll be back with an all-new story, so tune in next Saturday at 9 a.m. for another Wacky Weather STEM story time.